So what is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me for part 2 of my video series, Music Theory for Metal. Now guys, today we're going to be talking about key signatures and notes on the fretboard. Now guys, as I said before, pick a tuning that you are very, very comfortable with, because one, it'll inspire you to learn music theory and then apply it to your own style, your own tuning, your own guitar. But also too, that way you're not doing all the legwork that I and I'm sure millions of other players have done, where you learn a tuning, for example, standard, and then you have to go back and apply it to your favorite guitar, your favorite tuning, your favorite style of music, right? So cut out that middle piece of just trying to like reanalyze everything that I'm teaching you guys. Pick a tuning, that way it'll certainly be more easier to transition to what I'm telling you to your fretboard. So today guys, we're going to be talking about key signatures. So what is a key signature? Now for rock, jazz, blues, all the stuff other than metal, a key signature is crucial because it allows the band, the musician, the whoever is performing that piece or that song or writing that song, it allows them and allows other people to understand the language that they're speaking. So if I'm in the key of A, that's my what's known as tonic. That is the center of the song. Think of it as the sun and everything else are the other planets, right? So A or A, that's my key signature. That's what I'm kind of like letting the audience know, letting the listener know, hey, don't forget I'm an A. So my song will be something like this, you know, stellar writing right here. Ready? So you see and hear how I'm centralizing on the A, the low A. I'm letting the listener know, hey, don't forget, I'm an A. I'm an A, don't forget. I may go here, but I'm still an A. And so by establishing a key signature, it allows the audience, it allows the band, it allows you as the performer to know, hey, I'm an A, now I need to know what notes belong in the key of A. So real quick, do you ever notice, like, let's say we're in drop B, all right? I play in drop B all the time. That's my favorite tuning of all time. You ever notice how the actual string names of drop B are rather peculiar? There's so many different sharps in those string names. You have drop B, so you have B, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, and C sharp. Well, that is because B, the key of B, my tonic, my centralized location of that instrument, of that style, of that song, B has 5 sharps. And what does that mean? It all derives from the major scale. Everything in music derives from the major scale. I'm assuming most of you know how to play a major scale, but real quick, it's... That's an A major scale right there, so... A major. Everybody knows that. I could keep going up the fretboard, but that's a 2-octave A major scale. And the A major scale is a series of whole steps and half steps. I'm sure this is a review for some of you, but for those of you who don't know, it goes whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, and then you're back right where you started. So what do I mean by that? All right, so guys, I'm in the key of A here, okay? This is drop A right here, so think of it in the key of A. And so the series of whole steps and half steps in the key of A, it goes whole step, so I'm in A, to B, that's a whole step. Think of a whole step as 2 frets, a half step is 1 fret, all right? So whole step, A to B, another whole step, C sharp, half step, D, whole step, E, whole step, F sharp, whole step, G sharp, and then a half step, A. That's my octave. I'm right back where I started. And then what's awesome about the guitar, you guys know this, is that it just repeats from the 12th fret on, right? So you really only need to know 12 frets and down, and then you know the rest of the fretboard. So what does that all mean? So in the key of A, there are 3 sharps. All right. One thing that always bothered me, like again with drop B, like why isn't the F sharp string called like G flat, right? Like why is the high C sharp string, why is that called C sharp and not D flat? It's the enharmonic sound. Enharmonic meaning the same exact note, but it's just named differently, and it all derives from the key signature. All right, guys. So let's say I'm in the key of B now. The B is my sun. The B is my new tonic. The B is the location that I want to focus on, right? I'm in the key of B. So if we take the same pattern, whole steps and half steps, we'll start with B, whole step, C sharp, another whole step, D sharp. Now why is C sharp not called D flat, right? It's the exact same note, but because of the key signature, it's different. All right, so what I'm trying to get at is that when you're doing your whole steps and half steps and you're in your key signature, you don't want to repeat letter name notes. So if this was D flat, my next note would then be D sharp. It doesn't work like that in music. You don't have the same note name, letter name, back to back. It always goes in order, and there's never repeats in note names. I hope that makes sense. So it has to be C sharp and not D flat for two reasons. One, you don't want to repeat D flat and then D sharp, but also two, because D flat is another key signature. So how does this all apply to metal? Well, metal, luckily, is relatively easy to apply this stuff to because a couple reasons. Metal, most of the time, is based off of power chords, and that's great because power chords don't establish a key necessarily. I said in the previous video, a power chord is just a perfect fifth, so it's just root and then fifth. That isn't enough information in the music side of things, which I'll cover later on, to establish a key. So that's great, and that's also a bit of a crutch, and that's where people get hemmed up because they only play power chords, and that's not music theory. But at the same time, because it's not using music theory per se, you can get away with a lot more stuff. You can play wrong notes if you want to because it's metal. But for this lesson in this video series, guys, what I'm trying to say is that you have to understand the key signature and the whole steps and half steps in that formula to understand what the heck a key means and what does that all pertain to the actual overall layout of the guitar. So guys, what I would do if I was you from this step onward is I would, again, pick a tuning, man. Really pick a tuning, whether it's drop B, C, or even drop A, whatever, just pick a tuning and just stick with it. And I'm telling you, you're gonna save yourself a huge headache from learning all of this stuff and bouncing back and forth with tunings. Just pick one that you're most comfortable with, and then from there, please just take a little bit of time to learn the notes on the strings. I know myself and a lot of rock and roll and metal players are victims of just following tabs and just saying, oh yeah, like the seventh fret, like that. That's not what people who are really knee deep in the business and people that are really established as musicians, that's not how they talk. All right, and it sucks because that means you have to spend a little bit of time learning all these notes, but really it's all about patterns, and if you just take a little bit of time, I'm telling you, it'll pay off dividends. Just 5 minutes a day, just going down, okay, so this is the E string, F sharp, G sharp, and so on. Just spend a little bit of time, and it'll just help you talk the language that is music theory. Alright guys, so the next video, what we're going to be doing is talking about chords and intervals, alright? So be on the lookout for that. If you guys are enjoying this video series, let me know down below, as well as if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave that down as well, because I'm always listening to you guys, and I always want to put out content for you, not just for me. If you're brand new to my channel, you just found this video, thank you so much for watching. If you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, I'd sincerely appreciate it. As always, my dudes, stay metal, and I'll see you guys next time.